making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah. Things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Well, you heard the jingle, it's Thursday. And on Thursday, just like the jingle said, it's a collaboration of a whole bunch of YouTube content creators have gotten together and we try to work on making the same pattern. And I've got all the information linked down below, so definitely feel free. I have all the other content creators that are joining in. I have the patterns for this month plus previous months if you want to see what we've made. And if you don't like this month's pattern or want to do something different, especially if you're new or you just have no interest in making fingerless mitts, check out one of the other patterns. They're all free patterns and you can do it. So if you are a content creator and you're interested, then contact one of us content creators and you can join in. If you are just a regular person who loves to do crafts and you're interested, join the Facebook group. Send your pictures, if you choose to one of us. Any one of us. It doesn't matter. And we'll go ahead and we'll add it into our video. Or just post them on Facebook. Heather from Strings and Threads, this is her brainchild. She's got a lot of good ideas. She's also linked down below. She'll go ahead and she'll collect all the pictures on the Facebook page and make a collage, so to speak, and put up a video at the end of the month on whomever put their stuff in the Facebook page. I have to admit, I haven't been doing that. Yes, I'm a content creator. Yes, I make videos, but I've been neglectful on doing a really good photograph and putting it on Facebook. I want my stuff to be shown too. I mean, I work hard on it. So this month is September, and we're shaking things up a little bit. All the previous months have been one free pattern that you can choose to work on. If you know, and you don't have to do every single month. If you need to skip a month for whatever reason, if you're doing gifts for the holidays, you know, we're September. You're pushing it. I mean, whoo, you are pushing it, and just, you know, every day that clock just gets a little louder. And you know, maybe this isn't a good time for you. Maybe you're not interested in doing fingerless mitts because that's what we're doing this month. And you don't have anyone to give them to and you'd rather do something different. Go for it. It is a no pressure group. This group is absolutely amazing. No pressure. But if you have questions and you have comments and it's yarn related, join the Facebook group and ask those questions. We're a real friendly group of people. I think right now it's ladies. Not that the men are not included. They're definitely included. I don't know if we have any men in the group right now. If you're a guy and you want to join in, join in. It's not just exclusive. So this month with the fingerless mitts, the thing that we're doing differently is there are multiple patterns. So there's 3 different patterns by designers and 2 patterns that are done by our very own content creators. That's kind of nice. So what we're trying to do is not only making the same project, or in this case, a choice of projects, but we're lifting up those within our community. So I thought that was great. We have a pattern by Throb, and that one's a simple mesh pattern made with a number 4 weight yarn, and it's using the Throb Sparkle yarn. Do I have any next to me? Nope, I sure don't. Oh, yes I do. And that one right there uses this exact yarn, right? So fun. And I'll post a picture in there. If you didn't see the other videos, you don't know what I'm talking about. So that's one of the choices. Another one is long wrist warmers, right? You know, just going up for the entire arm, right? And that one is using Red Heart Super Saver stripes or any number 4 weight you want to use. Nice. And if you don't have a 4 weight around, you have a bunch of fingering weight like I do, strand 2 together and try that. You can come up with some beautiful effects and use some of those leftover fingering weight yarns that you might have. I personally love fingering weight yarn, so I have a lot of that. Not everyone that's their favorite, but that's one of my favorites. So those are 2 of them. And then the third one that is by another designer is Hooked by Robin, and it is a fantail. I think that's the name of it. I'll post it. And it's a shells pattern. Look at this. That's the one I did this month, or this week. Oh, let me put my thumb in thumb hole. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is just gorgeous. And that is using the Loops and Threads Facet yarn, which I have multiple. Look, I've got multiple. I just leaning all over the place. Look at that. I have choices. Oh yeah. So I got these two and these two in a mystery box. Bought this one myself. Bought this one myself. Isn't that fun? Gorgeous colors. So I've got this. And then we have another option. Heather from Strings and Threads, and she did hers out of the latte cakes. And you don't really see the pattern as much with the latte cakes because it is a nice fluffy fuzzy yarn. She has another one where she made it without the fluffy fuzzy yarn, but I mean, latte cakes, I haven't used it yet. I do own some. It's really soft. It's fluffy. It gives that nice halo-y appearance. Love it. And then the fifth one is Hookthatyarn by Crystal, and it is a gorgeous wavy pattern. And she has 3 different options on her tutorial on the different lengths that you want to do your particular mitt in. So I thought that was fun. So here we go. Last week, I started on this, right? Last week I was here. I just did my first shells right here. Okay. So I thought, well, there you go. I'm doing really well. So my goal was to get a finished pair this week. So it's not finished. It's close, but it's not. And you'll see why in a moment. So I got it to here. I wasn't worried about where the color is. So I'm right to where you would have to attach again and start working in the round for the hands, right? So what do you think? Again, I'm not worried that the colors aren't lined up perfectly. I didn't start in the same stripe area, but it is from the same yarn. It is the same ball. Do you notice anything? Do you notice anything off? Do you notice it now? Yeah. Yeah. So the pattern is clear enough. That's not an issue. You can start this pattern doing the foundation single crochet as your first row, right? Foundation single crochet, because that helps out for a lot of people who pull their chain really, really tight. So if you crochet your chain tight, you're not going to be able to get this on your arm. And that's going to be uncomfortable, be too snug. Or you can chain the 28, because there's 28 stitches, and then single crochet your first round, and then you start in the pattern. And it talks about rows 1 through 7. Okay, I can count to 7. I got this. So on my first mitt, I counted that foundation row as one of my rows. Man, that light is just coming in. So I counted it as one of my rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. 7 rows. Okay. And then I started into the rest of the pattern. Finished it off. Weaved in my ends. Love it. So what I did on this one, not the same. I still did the foundation right here, and then I counted 7 rows. Foundation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then started the pattern. Yeah. I have 1 extra row here than I do here. Yeah. This one's longer than this one. Yeah. You know, we all make mistakes. It's okay. It's what you do about it that makes the difference. So if I wanted to keep these for myself and it didn't bother me, whatever. One's just a little bit longer than the other. Maybe you'll notice, maybe you won't, right? I mean, when you hold them up like this, yeah, you can definitely see one is longer than the other. You know, it's, I mean, what are you going to do? So you can, if you're a person that does not bother, drive on. Not a big deal. Especially since this yarn is a little bit fiddly. It's kind of a booger to pull out. The yarn itself is fine. Just don't make mistakes. I made a mistake. That's a lot of pulling out. So I definitely wanted to show that because we all make mistakes. It's okay. So I'm going to try to pull it out. So far, so good, right? This is good. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I mean by it's kind of a pain, right? It reminds me of Dazzle-Air yarn when I was younger. You just have to be very patient and work it one little bit at a time. You can't be in a rush. You can't let it annoy you, and you can do it. But if your patience is worn thin, if you've had a bad day, if you're just a little grumpy, that right there, you're going to want to yank it, and that's not going to work. You kind of have to tease it, right? I don't know if you can see that. You can see the little fibers. Okay. See how they were kind of stuck a little bit? That's the part right here. You can see it's kind of stuck. So that's the part that you just have to, did you see that broke away right from here to here? That's the part that you just have to be ever so careful with. You can do it. And you can see that right there, it's stuck. So I'm gonna have to tease that where that chain is and get that out. And it's all right. And right here, you can really see the fibers right there, right? So one of the other things too is you can have a small pair of scissors and just snip that little bit of fuzz, not into the big stitches or anything, but just that little bit of fuzz with some patience. Just relax. You can pull it all out. There you go. One stitch at a time. It's okay. That's how I put it in. One stitch at a time. That's how I'm pulling it out. So, you know, you can't, see, you can't just put it on, you know, a winder or something and just start cranking away, because it's a little fiddly. It's a little special. But aren't we all a little special? In our own ways. I'm special in my own way, right? But when somebody tells you, you know, a fuzzy yarn is like a little bit finicky, this is what they're talking about. You can definitely see that. So just tug that lightly. It's okay. Just relax. And you can see if I were to get too grumpy, that's where, and this one snagged pretty good, that's where you get to where you'll break the yarn and do things that you don't really want to do. So this one I might have to grab my scissors for, because it's pretty tight on there. There we go. Got it. But yeah, this is a better review of this yarn than the yarn review I actually did. So you get to see what is meant by, oh, it's a little difficult, right? And unfortunately, I have to go down all the way to here. It's all right. It's just how that works. So maybe by next week I'll have that pulled out, have it relaxed. You know, don't get mad at it. See, don't get mad at it. Just, and then put it back together, and not a problem. And it'll like it never even happened. Like I said, we all make mistakes. It's what you do about it that makes a difference. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and continue pulling this out. You don't need to watch that. I'll continue to pull this out and show you my progress next week. You guys all have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. Bye-bye.